general synopsis, and then I'll sort of flesh it out as we go along here. So the cards I'm looking at here do indicate that there's some positive things, but there's also some very heavier energy that I feel you're dealing with this month. I want to say that looking at the Five of Pentacles, it's sort of a card of lack. Again, general synopsis. It's not predictions, it's just reading energy here. So this is malleable. It's something that um, you can always change and move your energy in the direction that you would prefer to see things go, but at least it gives you an idea of what you're dealing with this month and how you can orient yourself. So, anyway, what I've got here first is the Five of Pentacles. So, it does indicate that there is a sense of feeling, this the start of the month out is quite a heavier energy here. It doesn't feel like you are feeling on top of the world or anything like that. You're feeling a sense of lack and just dealing with a lot of issues here that might be in around a, again, father figure that you might be distant from, or this could be representative of a relationship of, doesn't have to be male or female specifically, but again, it's energy that is around somebody who is a mature kind of energy, because the King of Swords also represents the air signs. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that kind of thing. um, but again, it's still something here where you feel a little bit separate in the energy. And I say that from, more than one card here. Of course, we've got the King of Swords, we've got the Nine of Swords, a lot of swords in this card, or in this energy here, again, with the Six of Swords following. These are clarifiers, but Five of Pentacles is still, some cards of not feeling like you were in a place of strong, secure energy. The Knight of Pentacles does tell me there's some movement coming forward that will allow you to feel like you're a lot more abundant. There is something that's going to open up. And again, I'll go through, flesh it out in more detail. But Page of Cups, there is possibly an emotional offer that's coming through here, or at least some kind of a directional change here. For some of you, this could be representing a job change, but there's a lot of emotional energy, I would say, for you in this month. And again, a lot of mental, sort of cerebral issues that you're kind of dealing with. When I see the five starting out here, you're going through some kind of a new cycle change. So it is the only five. So I feel like it's just sort of the beginning of that adjustment that you're going to be moving towards. So it's not something, it'll pass its energy that you're going to have to sort of flesh through and work into. But the beginning of this cycle is starting to, to show itself anyway. So where it is starting is in around things that made you feel like you were, I mean, it could be money for sure with the Five of Pentacles, but it could also be just representing areas of your life where you felt were quite stable, and now you're feeling like that somehow is compromised in some way. I don't see that it will be. I feel further out you have a lot of cards showing that there is promise, but it's almost like something specific. It could be around a relationship as well. That was, provided maybe once a sense of security, is now kind of, putting you in a place where you feel like there is insecurity or something shaky here. So again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's changing energy. It is just the beginning of that, but I still feel like you're in a place where something is kind of unexpected that's come through here. It may have been expected, but unexpected in the way that it's kind of on the doorstep right now. So now that you have to deal with it, there's a certain level of suffering or emotional abandonment or something like that, where you're not feeling like you are mobilized to get things into a better energy, although you are actually taking that energy, that action, with the Knight of Pentacles, but that's a slow moving energy. So and again, it's like the first step into a situation, moving past this energy, to something more positive, but it's very slow and methodical. It's nothing that you're bouncing forward with any kind of inspiration or anything like that. This is you feeling like you're in some kind of a lack, like I said, from the beginning of the month. So there's a lot of worry and sort of strain here with the Nine of Swords, and it feels like it's going to be pervasive through a lot of the month. It's not going to be just, in the beginning and then, stops. It feels like you are kind of on and off, kind of dealing with a whole bunch of things here in this month. emotionally. So again, it still feels like there's a sense of lack, whether this is in a relationship or just personally, you're feeling something has held you back, but you're just feeling somehow destabilized. And it's to do with an area of your life that represents security for you. And again, this could be your finances, but this card also can indicate illness or poor health or something along that line too, especially when I see the Six of Swords. So whether this is you or someone else around you, I feel like that's kind of where that energy sort of starts out, and something is not, and it's causing you a lot of stress. So whether this is you, as I said, or someone else, there's still something here that's going to balance out. But right now, it feels like there's your self-esteem is kind of hurt, your physical body possibly as well. But for the most part, it's a lot of mental energy here that I see, emotional, that seems to be the area that is. It seems to be the focus. So but anyway, moving on past that, and again, I do see the King of Swords here too. So I feel like you might even be examining a particular relationship where, something wasn't quite equal or something didn't quite flow. And I feel like you may have some hard feelings around it here as well, but there's a real sense of loss and something not being available to you at this time. So we also have that Nine of Swords energy. Again, there's conclusive energy coming in here. So something is kind of wrapping up a cycle, because nines are all about things drawing to a conclusion, and then that means you're trying to integrate it in some way. So again, King of Swords, very mature energy, could be dealing with, again, father figure or somebody who is more mature, but it certainly speaks to a relationship that's quite significant here, that's in under some sense of, I don't want to say scrutiny so much, because the Nine of Swords is really a card of worry and anxiety around this particular situation. So again, it's mental distress, or seeing that you're feeling more hopeless in a particular situation. And it just feels like you don't feel like you have any control over sort of this scenario in around this particular person. So again, it might be a little bit drama filled environment, even though there's some positive cards here. But overall, the energy is that something quite significant to you is causing a certain level of panic or worry or concern. So it's something that is causing you tension and anxiety, and it's putting you under some serious pressure. There is really what that card speaks to. And it's cards of sorrow, really, is what I see there. And it's not just from the one here, because again, going over here to the Six of Swords, it's the same energy, wanting to escape, wanting to take off from a situation, not really wanting to deal with something. I feel like you are in a place of emotional kind of empty. Well, I don't want to say emptiness so much as, feeling cut off from your emotions in some way, or you're trying to kind of separate yourself from your emotions. But it's some kind of turning point that you will be going through, especially when it goes from the Five of Pentacles to the Six of Swords. There's a turning point that is, coming up ahead here, because this is the clarifier, that is, some kind of communication maybe needs to sort of improve with your like dialogue with yourself. But you're going to be pushed into a new direction here, especially with the Chariot coming. So be prepared for that transition. But this could be vacation coming in here as well. But either way, there's some new direction for you to kind of to push yourself into a new plan up ahead here. I do feel like there is, like I said, in some sense that there is like a setback of some sort here because of that Five of Pentacles. But again, you do have some really good energy coming in here soon after, because you are taking some steps, slow and methodical. Again, this is further out with the Empress, and that is abundance coming in. You're just not in that space yet, but you do know that something is coming in up ahead here, especially when I see the Page of Cups. Emotionally, I feel like you're still in that space of, not really, like you're wanting a new direction. And for some of you, this is actually going to be, I want a new job. And I do feel like you are going to be taking a new direction with a job as well, because the Page of Cups is bringing this in. This Chariot is making a decision, but it's almost like you're still in the energy of, I've got two paths to sort of choose from, or two jobs to choose from. How do I kind of, you know, go about making the right decision here, and I'm maybe perplexed about it. This energy might be around that as well. But it's you trying to figure out the path ahead again right now. Like I said, that's still an energy of It's very, I don't want to say aggressive. It can be, but not with the other cards I see around here. But it certainly does speak to, possibly again, some communication dialogue issues with yourself. But the chariot is still Cancer kind of sign coming through here also. But it still feels like there is a decision that you've been working on, or a journey up ahead here where you want to make a decision on going into a new direction for a career path. I feel for some of you, but this is still energy of really pushing it ahead. I don't feel like you're in that space just yet, because you're up here with the Knight of Pentacles, and that is the energy of, I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to slowly work myself into this position. But right now I'm kind of dealing with some emotional situations here. And I'm really worried about that. And so I'm just going to, there's a certain element of a self-discovery kind of thing going on here as well, because you are trying to kind of get hold of, like, it's purposeful action, but you're trying to get hold of your emotions in some way here. When I see it next to the King of Swords, and again, starting with that Five of Pentacles, you're not quite sure, kind of one way or the other how this is all going to operate. So, like I said, it's slow, methodical little steps here up ahead with the Knight of Pentacles. So at least know that you're moving in the right direction. Further out, you are going to see some abundance. There's going to be some money or something that's coming through here for you to feel like you have some promise, and it may be the thing that actually helps you to move ahead in this new direction. This Page of Cups is definitely speaking to something that's coming in. Like I said, with the Chariot, that is a card of success. That is a card of brings in some kind of something is going to emotionally fulfill you as well on some level. But it's something new that's coming in here. It could even be an apology from somebody, or it could be, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, there's something there that might be kind of repeating, a cycle that's repeating, something that's kind of going back and forth here as well. So however that resonates for you. But again, there's kind of a sense of emotionally feeling um feeling deeply about something that might be around a masculine figure here as well. But again, it's like the communication's off, something's not there. You might feel close to them in some way, but there's some level of distance here between that connection. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, as I mentioned before. um, but the focus is still going to be on something that will be expanding up ahead here, that is going to be monetary, I feel, especially with the Knight of Pentacles and the Empress. But there's some things to be worked through here, possibly even with a legal system as well, with the King of Swords, or some paperwork, that kind of thing. But it feels like you are just dealing with a lot of heavy energy right now. So, I mean, it's not heavy energy in like major arcana, but it's certainly, energy that's kind of weighing on you. So, even though you do have some positive, you know, emotional energy that's coming through here, knowing that up ahead there is going to be some positive situation, as I say, as far as a directional change in terms of career and some money that's going to be coming through for you. It still feels like there's a certain level of separateness from somebody who might be in the legal field, or something that is legal, or there's some aspect of distance between a relationship of, masculine of some sort, anything along that line. But it will speak to all of you very differently. But it just feels like there's a certain level of distance even with your emotions. So there is emotion here, but it's almost, Page of Cups is a smaller level of, I feel deeply for something, but it's not um it's not as big and embracing as like a 10 of cups energy or something along that line. So it's more of a token sort of energy, a small step towards something, or small step of energy towards someone. um that for whatever reason you feel some level of distance between. So but again, it's going to bring in something that's pretty good for you overall. So, like I said, Page of Cups could be apologies of some sort there coming through for some of you. But this situation, there has been some definite communication issues between someone. The Empress is definitely the major arcana, not going to be coming in this month, I would say, for most of you. Maybe it will further out for, some of you, but I feel for the most part, this is energy that is further out entirely, because this is a clarifier. So the Empress is that energy of feeling, it's really all the queens put into one. And so this is secure energy in that, um, this is somebody who feels like they actually have a lot going on in a positive way. This is somebody that has, good luck or synchronicities, things that will allow you to feel like you're secure in a lot of different ways. The Empress is somebody who has support, where ideas blossom. It's all of those things. It's where you actually have beauty. You can be surrounded by beauty, or beauty is coming in. And again, it feels like there's money that's coming in. It's just a little bit slower coming in, though. But Empress is definitely, maternal mother figure, that kind of thing. It might be relevant for some of you here as well. And again, it just feels like there is something that is up ahead that's coming through for you that is going to be emotionally satisfying in some way. So it's just you're not in that energy just yet. And it could be around family, or, something along that line with children maybe too. But either way, it's still, something that's still, it's still going to be further out. It's something that you have to kind of work your energy into. A lot of logic, reasoning, energy around you. This could be how you're dealing with a situation. Um, Six of Swords here as well, and again with that Five of Pentacles. So you're feeling like there's uh, a lack of, your security in some way. Uh, but like I said, overall, I do feel like there is abundance that's going to be coming in for you, because the Chariot does speak to that energy of balancing things out, and it certainly is, kind of creating your own destiny and moving in a particular direction. Could also signify travel here up ahead as well. But it's not a card to be discouraged by. It's a card of focusing on your goals and just in investing in yourself. And it certainly speaks to things moving in a direction, with a lot more confidence up ahead, even though you're still with the Page of Cups. So it's like a small level of confidence that's kind of moving you in this direction. So, um, but as I said, I mean, it's still positive energy. It's just you're not quite into that. It's back and forth, is what I would say. So, middle of the month, you're kind of in this energy of seeing that something is going to be looking pretty good. Beginning of the month, you're all tensed out and worried about a scenario. End of the month, you're starting to reflect on, the whole situation, and it just makes you feel like you're not in a really solid place. It just feels like you're worried about something. Could be even around, worried around the documents, worried around something around a father figure or a masculine. But either way, it just feels like kind of you just have to balance things out, because this month you're kind of back and forth in your energy. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that, and we'll do some further cards, along the month, for the month of April, further out. But right now, that's where I'm going to leave it, Aries. So keep moving forward, never give up, and just know that you do have some abundance and some really good things coming in for you in terms of a career change. I feel here a new direction as well. And there is money or abundance that's coming in. You do have some worries about, again, something around possibly contracts or father figure, or something that is you're really worried about in terms of the legal aspects of something. But for sure, we'll find out what's going to happen in the further out month, of May, which will let us know why you have so much fear here. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Keep moving forward. Never give up.